And joining me now on the news to speak more about this is the CEO, Billion House Consulting Ltd, Oscar Emetuei. Thank you for joining us, Oscar Emetuei. Let's start by getting your reaction to the appointment of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as a member of the South Africa's Economic Advisory Council.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is a welcome development, considering where the country is currently right now. And I'm sure you are aware that the country is actually going through its recession, the third one since 1994. And of recent, the economy has really contracted. The worst hit is the agricultural industry. So as it stands right now, with the wealth and experience of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, I think this is a welcome development.
Like you rightly stated, South Africa has gone through a lot of economic shocks. But when you use Nigeria as some sort of precedent, we used to have an economic management team and now an economic advisory council. How would you say that that has impacted our economy?
Yeah, I think it will definitely have an impact. Remember, some of these things or some of these moves are not necessarily something that will have an immediate effect that we can actually see like right now or like tomorrow. This is something that has to do with you will need some time for the advice and implementations of strategies to actually work out. So for me, it's something that would definitely yield the required result. And with the team that has been assembled by President Cyril Ramaphosa, and I'm sure you've seen the list of all the other members of that advisory team. I don't want to believe that this team will fail because they all individually have their own pedigree to actually deliver results.
All right, so what would be the strategic thing to do, bearing in mind that this council has been appointed since, or inaugurated since 2019? When you look at the South African economy today, what do you think would be the strategic thing to do by this council?
I think the basic thing that needs to be looked into or that does really require an urgent attention is the Eskom. Eskom is the national power provider, because due to the load shedding that have been happening in the economy for the past 2 years going now, it has really affected most of the sectors. And this is where the contraction in the economy actually came from most of them. So a first and most important thing that I see that this team will need to provide is that certainty, because investors are no longer sure about the certainty within the economy, and as such, they can't really invest. A lot of those investors are actually pulling out their funds out of the country. So if you ask what needs to be done, or part of the strategy is to ensure that investors' confidence. I think this is the first steps to get started.
CEO, Billion House Consulting Ltd, Oscar Emetuei, thanks for your time.